And I want to give a thank you to Biggie. This sort of goes along with that about like things on the internet. Biggie just said to me, I just saved you in so many ways last night. You don't even know. Why don't I give Biggie more credit? People are always saying that to me. People are always saying, why don't you help?
It's against your nature.
100%. What was it yesterday?
It's not who you are. In fact, if you gave me credit, I think I would get you fired.
You're right. You're right.
Might actually stop his heart.
It's possible. I'm really doing good things for you by
I guess.
Ignoring
Mm-hmm.
and dictating to.
I ignore and
Until it's time to yell at.
That's right. And then even today, again, Biggie walks in pretty much on time. But I turned to Krista and was like, Biggie might be late here. Looks like he's a minute or two late.
I had the worst thing happen that can happen to you as you're leaving this morning.
I thought you were dead. I said he's laid dead somewhere. I know he is. I said, is BB back from New Orleans? Because
we're going to need him.
We might need him.
I think this happens to everybody at various points, and it's just the worst timing. I was dressed, I was ready to go, and my stomach was like, boom, 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 boom. Like, no, we're not. And I'm like, oh, really? Like right now? Come on.
Yeah.
And you know me, I am not a workplace pooper.
No.
I will not do that here.
No.
So that delayed me a little.
Right.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad. I was telling somebody yesterday, we do have some workplace poopers here in the building. I mean, look, I've done my business here. That's fine.
If you have to, you have to.
If you have to, you have to.
There's one gentleman who walks in here every morning. He's like a sitcom character. He comes in, lays down his phone, his keys, and goes directly to the bathroom.
And he goes like twice a day here.
I know, but listen, he's before you get here. He comes in, goes. Chris Tibbs like, another start of a broadcast day.
Clocking in. Let's go. Let's light this can.
I told someone else that another coworker who's never here at this time of the morning. I said, he comes in every day, lays his keys down, goes right to the toilet. Gross.
Yeah.
Look, everybody poops.
She goes, yeah, but he just left his house.
That's just it.
He just do it at home.
That's my thing. It's got to be an uncomfortable commute.
Yeah. Right. Gross.
Unless his body's just so used to it now, it's like it knows. Like when I'm in, okay, we're heading to the poop zone.
It's like how I used to be with Target. I used to walk into Target and I would have to defecate.
Yeah, but you don't go to Target every day.
No, that's right. But I think here, something about like the door's open. When he clicks his little key thing to get into the door, right then I think, I got to go to the bathroom. Because, I mean, it really is like an Archie Bunker. Talk about a show that is old that we all used to watch. He goes right to the toilet. So here's how Biggie saved me. I wondered about this. I have, and I think it's 2 weeks from now. Yes, it's not this Saturday. It's the 22nd. I'm in something called the 5K Run the Runway, where we literally run a 5K out on the airport runway. I invite Biggie every year.
Every year he says no.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, what am I going to do out there?
How many years have you been out there, Kelly? Approaching 10?
Yeah.
I'd say more than 10.
More than 10.
Because what happens is we run it. It's for a good cause. And then within like 2 weeks after, the person in charge of it says, next year's date is March 20th. It's like, are you busy? It's like, well, that's a year.
I need to know.
Is your calendar clear?
Yeah, it is. It is.
This is April of one year.
That's
asking
right.
about March of the next.
We're 11 months. I'm like, I'm available. So
yeah, it's like going to the dentist. Are you going to be available in 6 months? Yeah, I don't know.
I am. I always put it. They're like, put it on your calendar. This is the date. So we run the airport runway, and it's a nice event. It raises money for the hungry in our area, which is something that I care and near and dear to my heart. Remember, they always have me say something poignant.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually block off time for you to make remarks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always last. It says, Chris Kelly makes poignant remarks.
Food is so important.
It nourishes your body and your soul.
I have a friend who comes to work every morning and offloads his food. Like clockwork. But he doesn't take it for granted.
You can't take it for granted. You got to get your next meal. So it's a nice thing. Well, about 10 days ago, the guy running this project for us, the 5K, says, we need to boost entries. We need to goose something.
And there's only one way to do that.
Make a video. Got to make a video and put it out online. And I said, all right. He goes, keep it to, 30 seconds or less. Give it. Here's the website. Here's what we're doing. Here's the date. I said, okay. Remember I told my wife we need to shoot this video.
Yeah, she ran camera, which is unusual.
She ran. I was just going to do it myself. I was just going to hold it to myself and do
just
it.
a selfie.
But I don't think your wife trusted that you would shoot the video in a way that would protect your privacy.
Correct.
She wanted to shoot the video so she could control the background.
I was going to do it in the cul-de-sac in front of the house. And she said, "Oh, God, I don't trust you with that at all." So
somebody will reverse Google map it.
Correct. We cannot have that, obviously.
Yep. Instead, it's shot on a random blind man's curve.
Yes. Blind man curve. So we get out there. She frames it in a way where we only see dead trees in the background. That's all there is. You know, she's like, "All right, stay in this area right here. We cannot see any houses in the background. No one can know where we are." I said, "All right." She shoots it. It literally took one take. She says, "You want to shoot it again?" I said, "No." I was getting ready to go play pickleball. I had my shorts on, my hat on. It's perfect. It was just, perfect.
Yep.
So it's done. And as soon as I sent it to our promotions man, I thought, well, I'll know when he posts this because immediately I'll be flooded with, "You're ugly, you're out of shape, you're gaunt, you look awful.
Gross.
You're gross, disgusting." Most people say, "I would never do this because you're there."
Which is really rude.
I'd rather have people starve.
Yeah, I'd rather the whole county starve than be next to you.
Yeah.
You pig
In a
run. So that's just what you get on the internet from these disgusting trolls that are out there. That's why it's my non-negotiable this year to never look at the internet and the comments that are made. So Biggie says to me this morning, as soon as I walked in, he goes, "I did something for you last night that is so amazing, and you're never even going to know about it." And I was intrigued. I was like, "What'd you do?" He goes, "Well, they posted a video of you for the run." I was like, "Oh, there it is." So immediately, of course, the comments were, "You're hideous, you're ugly, you're gaunt, you've lost too much weight, you have no muscle mass, did you skip leg day, bro?" On and on and on and on. And a lot about my veins, my heavy varicose veins in the right leg. Now, I know these are there. So Biggie collaged all these hags, the pictures of these hags that sent these horrible messages and sent right back to them, "Diss you," which I love. I love that. Dave Aiken started that 10 years ago.
He did. He's the revolutionary on that.
Somebody called him fat.
And he took that person's profile picture and sent it back to him and said, "Really?"
Yeah, because the guy sending it was fat. That's right. Look, I know I have leg vein issues. Believe me, I said one time, I want veins. And what I meant was I wanted to lift some weight so I could get some really nice looking veins like these bodybuilders.
But as my mama always used to say, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So when I was wearing those shorts and I looked at the videos like,
He gave you veins.
He got right in the leg. Right. And they're varicose. They're varicose veins.
And I wanted to make that montage of pictures and send it to you because I want you to look at those pictures when people say ugly things to you. Remember, this is who's commenting.
They're ugly.
They're ugly too.
We don't need the two.
Okay, well, they're ugly.
No, it applies.
This is one of my favorite things on the internet as well. These, gorgeous Instagram models. You know, they'll put up a picture of them in a bikini or something.
Yeah.
Women that the average person has no shot with at all.
Yes.
And there'll be guys on there who look like me going, "Lose some weight, sweetie."
Right.
Or my favorite is some dude who truly looks like a troll is like, "Not my type."
Right.
Like, well, I'm pretty sure you're not her type either,
No
boss.
kidding.
Yeah,
No
she's
kidding.
22 in phenomenal shape on a beach in Greece.
Well-
What do you think she's looking at you in Connecticut for?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on her, okay? oh, okay. So what they do now is these Instagram models will take and montage these pictures of these horrible-looking dudes and say, men who commented on my post this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all the terrible comments they say, and it's so funny to see.
Yeah.
Taking it back to the troll.
Yeah.
I'm weak about it because when I ever do, that's why my non-negotiable is not to look. Because anytime anything that we post has multiple comments, if it's catches on even a little bit and it's got a few hundred comments, almost all of them are awful toward me, always. And so, it really hurts you. I just sit there and go, my God, how could somebody just say, well, of course, they're sitting there behind their computer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't say it. And I like the fact that at least they're doing it to everybody.
Not to defend the troll, but the tone of the show has been
right.
from the start.
That's right.
We don't take
100%.
ourselves too
That's
seriously. We don't
right.
pretend to be Instagram models. We don't pretend to be
That's right.
influencers.
That's right.
We're just
Yeah.
Joe. We're just the average Joes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have no problem. That's right. But
Our tone is different than most.
But some things. are hurtful.
Yes.
It just is really hard to read it over and over about yourself. I know I have bad veins. I know I have these.
Are these the tears of a clown?
Yes.
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 When there's no one around?
It just hurts.
Well,
you know?
And you do take it a little more. Chris Demm reads something and he truly responds.
Yeah, right. That's
and he's done with it.
That's literally.
I can always tell that it bothers you some. So there's times where I'm like, I have to go. I have to go and get him.
I'm glad you did.
Try to protect him, show him something.
I'm glad you did. You protected me.
You're like Big. You're like the Meatloaf character in Fight Club, and I can't remember. Didn't he clutch a couple of those people to his bosom?
Yes, his
ample bosom.
Yeah, that's what you do to me. God, it's so no wonder we're best friends.
Was it Norton?
Yeah,
Norton
he
character?
clutched him right to his bosom.
Yeah.
And you've done that figuratively with me today.
Now, unfortunately, the Meatloaf character had an unusual nickname.
What was it? Bitch tits. Bitch tits.
Well, he had.
You are my bitch tits. You're my bitch tits.
Well, and I've always said, God cursed me in many ways, but he at least did not give me birth.
You are my bitch tits.
Did you ever know that you're my bitch tits?
I'm sorry. Waterworks. The fact that you go to bat for me and I would never do it for you.
In a million years defend Biggie.
No. In fact, you when people say horrible things about me, some would say you encourage
tell him. It's a few times you do go into the comments.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Biggie looks awful. I know. I do the best I can with him.
I have to see him each day.
He's too far gone.
At least you have the chance to scroll by. I don't.
That's spending 4 hours a day with a guy.
Yeah.
And yet you, for me, go to bat for me. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. You are...
the wind beneath his wings.
It's just no wonder we're best friends. That's all I can say about it. And you make such a great point about these really good-looking women. And earlier we were talking about how we don't know who the celebrities are. Last night I saw a piece on the news.
The news?
Inside Edition. And...
Did you call it the other day the best show on TV or the best? It's the news show on TV.
It's the best show on. It's the only show I watch religiously. Inside Edition gives me the scoop on things that I don't.
Celebs, true crime,
all of it. I don't ever.
Dogs wearing sunglasses. It's got it all.
I don't.
It really does, actually.
That's right. It's a great show. I have totally forsaken Wheel of Fortune to watch Inside Edition. We don't watch.
Yeah, I hate to say this. I've let Wheel of Fortune go as well.
It's the host change.
It is, and I have nothing against Ryan Seacrest. In fact, I championed him hosting. It's just not the same.
Same. You and me once again, lockstep. Old varicose and bitch tits over here. That's our podcast.
That's a podcast.
That's our podcast. VV and bitch tits.
We'd probably get actual hits on it, but people would be very upset by its content.
Right, that's right. On Inside Edition, they showed this enormous, gorgeous woman laying in Times Square. It's a figure of it's like 50 feet long in a bikini of a woman who's beautiful, big booty and her
ample
bosom out there. And they were like, should this be shown to children? Children are walking around here in Times Square. And I said to my wife, I don't know, who is that anonymous person they're using there? And then the reporter says, obviously, this is Kim Kardashian. Like, okay, all right.
Kim K?
Kim
the
K.
influencer.
The influencer, Kim Kardashian.
Of our time.
Yeah. And the big debate was, should they have this buxom, gorgeous woman just laying in Times Square? I don't even know what she's promoting.
It's her
The new
Skims.
season?
No, it's Skims. It's her.
That's right.
It's her fashion line that made her a billionaire.
That's right. That's right. And it has Skims like written on there. That's right.
I'm in the Times Square. It's no kids' picnic.
You're
it's not
right.
a playground.
It didn't bother
Everybody
me.
there's high.
Yeah. You can smell weed.
The illegal,
like
the Spider-Man.
That's true.
Hustlers
That's
there.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I got taken for $13 myself. Remember the guy who said it's nice to meet someone who's not scared of black people?
Yeah, and you bought his cassette or his mixtape or a CD.
That's right.
It was a CD, and he took $13 right out of my pocket, and that's all I had. And he goes, "Thank you for not being frightened of black people." And I said, "You're welcome."
But
I
am.
Very much so.
That's right. And then he said, "Hey, man, you should see somebody about this varicose vein."
I know. I'm working on it.
I would fix those. I'm just not going to spend $2,500 to get that fixed. I'm just not going to.
Some would say you should embrace your lifestyle.
I know. Yeah, I know. But we've got money earmarked for the University of Tennessee, and I just
potentially the University of Florida or Miami.
That's right. My veins have to suffer,
and I don't think that is going to be covered by insurance. At least not ours.
It's definitely not, Biggie.
It's definitely not. That's cosmetic only because every doctor's told me there's no problem with this.